Good morning, guys. So today we're starting chapter 9. We're going to start our 3-digit subtraction with and without regrouping. It's just like the 2-digit subtracting. We're going to have to be doing some regrouping of our hundreds now, turning them into tens. But some of it is mental math that we can do quickly in our head. Okay, so for lesson 9-1, our objective, one of the standards you have to be able to meet is use mental math to subtract 1, 10, or 100. It can do that mentally or by counting back. Okay, so let's take a look at our story problem for today. Ryan, Carlos, and Ian play a game. Each player starts with 350 points. So Ryan has 350, Carlos has 350, Ian has 350. During the game, Ryan loses 1 point. Carlos loses 10 points and Ian loses 100 points. How many points does each player have at the end of the game? Okay, so you can count back to subtract mentally. Remember that Ryan lost 1 point, so 350. Count back. Think about what number comes right before 50, guys. You go backwards one on your number line, it's 49. So it's 349. Count back mentally 10 to find out Carlos's score because remember he lost 10 points. So take a 10 away. 50 minus 10 or 5 tens. Take 1 10 away. I'll have 4 tens left, which is 40. 350 minus 10 is 340. And then finally, Ian lost 100 points. So you're going to take 100 away, okay? Think about 350 minus 100 or 300 minus 100 or 300s minus 100s. 3 minus 1 is 2. You just change the hundreds place when you're taking the hundreds away. Change the tens place when you're taking 10 away. 1, just the ones place changes unless you're at that 10. In this case, both the tens and the ones changed. Okay, so at the end of the game, Ryan has 349 points. Carlos has 340. Ian has 250. So we actually had to do 3 different steps on that. That's a 3-step problem. All right, so for your lesson here, you're writing the number that is 1 less, write the number that is 10 less, write the number that is 100 less. Okay, so you may need to get your hundreds chart out to help you with this if you're struggling with that 1 less. So I have my hundreds chart here to help me because remember, if you can count to 100, you can keep going on and on because it just continues to repeat. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Write the number that is 1 less, so that's the number that comes before 530. So if you're struggling with this, cover up the 500. Think about what comes right before 30. We look right before it, and what is it? It's 29. So it's 529. Okay, you do this one. Let's take a look at number 3. What number comes right before 800? So let's look. That's the 100. So I'm going to look down here at the number 100. What comes right before 100? 99. We say 99 then 100. So this is going to be 99. And remember, it's no longer 800. It's now 700. Okay, 799. If I add 1 more to that, that's what becomes 800. So you need to think about it that way, guys. All right. If you can add the number back and it becomes that number, ooh, that made a mess. All right, 799, 1 more is 800. 800, 1 less is 799. Okay, let's look down here. Write the number that is 10 less. So our tens place is going to change. 138, cover that 100 up if you're not sure. Think about what's 10 less than 38. If I have 3 tens and I take a 10 away, picture 3 tens, you take a 10 away, how much is left? Or I can use my hundreds chart, 38, 10 less, we just go up a row, and that's 28. The ones didn't change on that one, 28, and I didn't do anything to my 100. So it's 128 is 10 less. Look how my tens place changed. All right, let's take a look at this one, a little bit harder. This is 400. Let's think about our hundreds place. What is 10 less than 100? 10 less is 90. If I take 10 away from 100, I'll have 90. So that's going to be 90. I no longer have 400. It's now 300. Okay? 390. 10 more would be 400. That hundreds place needed to change on that one as well. All right, and this one you're just changing your 100s place. So if I have 900, I take 100 away, I now have 800. So on the 100s, your hundreds place you're taking away. On your tens, the tens place, and on your ones, you're changing that ones place unless it's at a 0, and then the whole thing may change. Okay, guys, so you need to be real careful on these that have a 0 in the ones place, or a 0 in the tens place, or a 0 in the hundred, or I'm sorry, not in the hundreds place, but if you're doing 0, if you're taking away from 0, the whole thing may change, okay? It just depends on the number. All right, so you guys are going to do that. Continue here. Guys, be careful with this. Don't just write 110 or 100. You have to make sure you're putting that minus sign in there, okay? So finish the pattern and then figure out what the pattern is, or figure out what the pattern is and then finish the pattern, okay? Subtract mentally. Okay, figure out this problem and subtract mentally. You need to tell whether, down here, whether 857 minus 10 or minus 100 is less. Tell which one is less and then explain how you know. Okay. Continue on this next page doing the same. This is really, really good practice for you guys. Okay. Continue on this page, making sure that when you write the pattern that you're putting that minus sign. Okay. On this one, you need to figure out how old is Oscar's cousin. Okay. So it's a multi-step problem. Oscar is 20 years old. His brother Sam is 1 year younger, so 1 less than 20. And then his cousin is 10 years younger than Sam. So first figure out how old Sam is, then figure out how old his cousin is. Okay, that's a 2-step problem. Down here, how can you decide whether a list of numbers has a minus 100, minus 10, or minus 1 pattern? You need to tell what you look at, whether you're looking in the hundreds place, the tens place, or the ones place on each of those. All right, guys, have a great day. Let me know if you need a copy of a hundreds chart. I can send it to your parents, or you can look for one online, or I can see if Miss McGanum can run one off at the office for you guys. Have a great day.